in Cleveland. And in Arizona, Mike LaFleur, the Rams offensive coordinator, Raheem Morris, the former Falcons coach, and the Jaguars defensive coordinator, Anthony Campanelli, all in play. But again, the big news yesterday was McCarthy, Pittsburgh. The Steelers feel like they're going to their roots. Somebody that knows the city, somebody that understands the franchise. He's always wanted to coach that team. And, of course, that now opens up a whole slew of possibilities at quarterback. They believe McCarthy can work with Mason Rudolph and Will Howard. But the real question is, can he help lure back Aaron Rodgers? They didn't hire him to get back Rodgers, but it certainly doesn't hurt to have him as the Steelers head coach.
McCarthy, you know the story already. 18 years head coaching experience, 13 in Green Bay, 5 in Dallas. Led the Packers to a win, ironically, against the Steelers in the Super Bowl with Rodgers as his quarterback. Overall, McCarthy and Rodgers won 107 games together, which is 9th amongst coach QB duos in the Super Bowl era. Interesting little note, Mike McCarthy at 62 is the oldest person ever to coach the Steelers. Not only at the time of their hiring. No one ever got to be 62 while coaching the Steelers. It's completely opposite what they have normally done in the past. And Shefty brought up the Aaron Rodgers of it all. Hard to imagine that the Pittsburgh Steelers, find themselves in a position where they are that desperate at the quarterback position, but they really may be.
Yeah, if that's the only place that they're going to go, I think it is a little bit desperate. Do you want to bring Aaron back for 1 year and give it another go with McCarthy? I mean, you can do that, but there was a lot of struggles this year. We're trying to win championships in Pittsburgh, I would assume. I would love to see McCarthy, along with Aaron Rodgers, another quarterback there that is somewhat the future. We got to find a good quarterback in Pittsburgh that's going to be good down the road.
And I really think that's what this hire is about. Listen, I know it's not like sexy or exciting maybe for Steelers fans out there, but the problem is, first off, there's 10 openings, right? Like, there were no Ben Johnsons this year, and if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, you were probably down on this list. But I think Mike McCarthy was brought in not for Aaron, but it's just to find the next quarterback. This is a team that has been struggling to find an answer at quarterback since Big Ben, right? And if there's one thing that Mike McCarthy does well, I played for the man, he knows quarterbacking, right? This guy has coached some of the greatest of all time. I think it's about bringing in a guy that can find the next long-term answer and help develop him, right? This is the strength of Mike, I think, is offensively and really, again, knowing good quarterback play and developing it.
Everywhere Mike McCarthy has been, the offensive production has always skyrocketed. When you go back to when it was with Dallas, CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, their best season was with Mike McCarthy as the play caller. But back to this Aaron Rodgers thing. I don't know the future if Aaron Rodgers is coming back or not. But Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy. Aaron Rodgers was 2-time MVP with Mike McCarthy as his head coach and play caller. So one more year, I don't know what Aaron Rodgers has left in the tank, but one more try to go with Mike McCarthy, because one thing about Pittsburgh, their offense stinks and it needs a lot of help.
Well, there's an old saying, the future is a whole string of now, so we're going to find out here. But I look at this McCarthy, I think, is a terrific offensive guy. But Pittsburgh, and he knows, growing up in Pittsburgh, what's Pittsburgh all about? It's about that defense. I think it's going to be interesting to see who he hires as his defensive coordinator and what kind of system they implement in there. That, to me, is going to be interesting. But look,
available?
Mike McCarthy, what's that?
Are you available?
Yeah, the money's right.
Okay.
But anyway, you know me, I'm all about the green stuff. But but no, in all seriousness, like, this guy knows about it. And to me, their defense let them down. All right, it wasn't just the offense. The offense was sometimes up and down, but their defense wasn't as good. And so what can he do to bring that back as well and bring that fire back to Pittsburgh? It's going to be interesting.
I think regardless of whether or not Aaron comes back for one more year, this Steelers team and organization has got to invest again in a long-term answer, potentially someone that can sit and watch, right, a veteran play, and then when he steps in is ready to go. But they've got to be aggressive, I think, and try to find a long-term solution.
And it's a little bit different, because the long-term answer, you have different needs. But if you go with Aaron Rodgers, it's like, how do you make him succeed and be successful for 1 year? Okay, then you have to protect this man up front. This is a guy that is 42, 43 years old. You have to play. Your play calls have to be according. The players around him have to match that. It's a lot different than if you have a young player develop.
It's worth a note that the Steelers didn't fire Mike Tomlin. He resigned. So maybe they don't feel, as I think a lot of others do, that they need a reset there. And you don't reset with a 62-year-old coach and a 43-year-old quarterback. That's not restarting
a reset.
anything.
Yes.
That's sort of continuing what you've been doing, and what you've been doing hasn't been working. Maybe that's the way they view it. One way or another, we'll see what the Steelers have for next year. For today, Jarrett Stidham trying to avoid the Patriots corner Marcus Jones. That's going to be critical. He had a pick six out of the divisional playoffs last week. His touchdown gave the Patriots a lead that they would never relinquish on their way to this day. And Jones stopped by with our Dan Graziano just a short time ago.
All right, here with Patriots cornerback, punt returner extraordinaire Marcus Jones. What is what's it like to prepare for a quarterback in Jarrett Stidham that you just really don't have a lot of tape on?
Yeah, the main thing, first off, he's a good player. You know, to be in the National Football League, especially, you know, as a quarterback, you know, you have to have tendencies that's real good, that's working good for you. We haven't seen him in a long time, but we know that he can throw the ball and also extend plays as well.
This is the third straight week you guys will see one of the top-ranked defenses in the league. But how do you feel about the way your defense is playing right now as you head into your biggest game of the year?
I feel like we've been playing at a high level. You know, our thing is consistency. So it's a new day, new opportunity, so we're going to try to take advantage of that.
All right, well, speaking of playing at a high level, there's a lot of signage here. They really want the visiting team to know, like, how far above sea level you are. Do you have experience playing at altitude, and how much of this week's preparation was focused on dealing with that?
It's been a long time. I played my freshman year Boise State, so that was the closest that I could. But at the end of the day, we're controlling the controllables and playing our game.
All right, thanks very much. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Ross, thank you. And so there's the man himself. Alex, can you try and imagine what is going on in that man's head right now?
I cannot. He's got to be like the emotions running through him. Like wants to jump out of his skin. Hasn't played in over 2 years, and all of a sudden you get this chance in the AFC Championship game, right?
Incredible.
I think it'll be important how well he can control those emotions and focus on the stuff that matters playing football.
He can write one of the legendary stories in pro football history with a big performance today. We'll see what he can do. Speaking of